Richie, finally, that long draw for the first round. We've been paired with Hednesford away. What are your thoughts?
I must admit, I watched it. I was a bit nervous, to be fair. I didn't really know what to expect, and obviously there was a whole spectrum, right from your sort of Wolves, Sheffield United, Bristol Cities, right down to people in the 6th and 7th tier of the game. So all you can hope for is a home draw, which we obviously haven't got. But it's going to be tough, very tough. They're full of confidence. They're sitting at the top of their division. So we had a similar sort of issue with that with Chelmsford last year, who were doing really well. So and obviously they're at the same tier. So it'll be a tough game. In
terms of preparation for your scouting team, it's the same as it would be for a league club. The only difference is there's only 2 weeks until the match.
There is, and I think they've got 2 games next Saturday and then the Tuesday, which unfortunately we're at Bristol City. So I won't be able to go, but Martin will be going. But we'll treat them with the same respect as we would again, like I say, if we were away at Wolves, Bristol City, whatever.
You've come across this scenario as a football league, as a player, and then as a manager last season at Met Police. The attitude on the day has got to be absolutely spot on, hasn't it?
It has, because without patronising the opposition, it's a cup final for them really, and they're in the first round proper. They're playing against a League One team. Everybody raises it an extra 5%, the same as we would be, or we did last year when we had Reading here. So we know that if our attitude's not right and we turn up, and there'll be half a dozen upsets that day, and it's pretty standard that there'll be half a dozen, and we've got to make sure we're not one of them.
The club in the last few years, not before then, but the last 3 years, reached the 3rd round and the 5th round twice. So there is a little bit of a sort of pedigree building now, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah. Well, I think the minimum 3rd round's pretty much expected, and I think we've pretty much had a Premiership team just about almost 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
So everybody will be just counting down for that really, which obviously adds its own pressure to it. But it is going to be tough, and we'll be treating them with utmost respect. We'll be making sure we're preparing the right way, and we're trying to find out as much as we can about the opposition in the next 2 weeks.
It's going to be a busy month coming up, starting on Saturday. 6 games, 4 away from home, some long old hauls up to Carlisle and Crewe as well. So
it's a real tough month coming up. Quite a few away games, plenty of travelling. Obviously the midweek game thrown in as well. So fingers crossed we don't end up with a replay. Otherwise there's another one thrown in as well. So but yeah, a real tough time, obviously with the weather as well. The way it has been at the minute, we're struggling to train. So we've got to make sure we do everything right.